Welcome back to another video. It has been official now that Jamie Walker will be at Bradford City for the 2024-25 season. The option of a further year has been triggered by the football club, having offered him new terms of the football club, and it looks as though Jamie Walker's turned those new terms down. It might have been a year with less money. It might have been 2 years with less money. We don't know what that will be. But at the end of the day, he turned down the new contract that the football club offered, and he said, I've renewed his contract for a further year, and that probably means the same amount of money. What are your thoughts on that in the comments down below? Let me know all your thoughts on Jamie Walker. What would you say Jamie Walker's impact at the football club's been? He's been here now for 3 different seasons, and probably about 2.5 years. What would you say his impact be? How would you grade him on how he's done at Bradford in his lifetime now at the football club? And are you excited that he's here? Because he's a funny one. He's got a divided fan base as Jamie Walker. He's got some who absolutely love him to bits, and he's got some who don't really rate him, and then he's got some who just think he's good on his day. We just need to get him fitter more often than not. So what are your thoughts in the comments down below? Like the video if you do go on to do so, and subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 450 subscribers. Now I'm also trying this on a new camera app as well, so we'll see how that goes. I might have already got it wrong, so yeah, I don't know how I look like at the minute. And the news came, let's look at the statement. The news came to a bit of a shock to me, because I was editing a video that was supposed to be out today. That'll have to be out tomorrow. Jamie Walker will remain a bantam for a further year after the club exercised an option to extend his contract until the end of next season. Having first arrived in West Yorkshire on loan from Hearts in January 2022, Jamie Walker made the permanent switch to Valley Parade, and it always annoys me that it's Valley Parade. You know, all these stadiums are the sponsors. You know, just stop with this woke nonsense. Anyway, following the conclusion of the 2021-22 season, signing an initial 2-year deal with the option of a further term in the club's favour, which has been took on by the football club now. He has made 82 appearances in Claret and Amber to date, scoring 18 times with 3 goals and 2 assists in the final 4 games of the 23-24 campaign. Obviously ended the season really well, and that's probably his best return he's got. Massive form under Graham Alexander. He has said, I am delighted to be here for another year. Personally, last season I felt I ended the season quite well. I am looking forward to getting back for pre-season and getting going again. I enjoy being here. I enjoy the big crowds, the matches, and the feel of being at a proper football club. My family is really settled here away from football, and I think that is a big part of being successful on the pitch. I am always open to doing stuff in the community, and I really enjoy playing for this football club. Hopefully this season I can get a full season under my belt and really help the team to kick on. The foundations are there for everyone, and hopefully we can go on and have a successful season. Now, obviously, I think I talked about in the summer updates on Sunday. If you haven't gone and watched it, please do. Plug in that. But yes, I think I talked about him, and I said loads of Carlisle fans were sort of linking him to Carlisle so they can sit down. It was a funny one, because there was a pinch of salt that you could take from it and go, it is closer to the Scottish border. But and there were a few things on social media in the last few months about him potentially moving houses and all that sort of stuff, which has been questioned by the City fans, and it's in some ways sat them down by saying, you know, that's not happening. There's no thoughts of that crossing my mind, and he's obviously got the new deal now, which I suppose it's out of his hands. If the club have triggered the contract, it's not really his decision. You know, it was his decision to what it looks like to reject the offer of the new term, and now he's back here, and I'm sure he's probably happy to be here, and I won't ever question Jamie Walker's character, because he's one of the few players who show the character to play for Bradford City. He loves the big games, you know, the big games, the big moments he stands out in. You know, the one to end of a season, I can't remember what it was. My memory's shocking. It said here that he got 3 goals and 2 assists in the final 4. That shows to me that he loves the big games, the big moments. You know, but the problem is with that, can he do it on a cold Tuesday night sun? He probably can, but you know, we need consistency, and the question with Jamie Walker is it's the consistency. You know, he can do it in the big games, he can do it when the atmosphere is rocking, but when the chips are down, does he pull people together? And I think that's his challenge, to hit consistency next season, to play more as well. But this season, there's no doubt in his importance to the team. When we've had a good run, it's when Jamie Walker's starting. His tenacity, he gets high turnovers from his pressing. He's relentless with that. But he's always had that technical ability that we've all seen. He's played at a pretty decent level throughout his career, Scottish Premiership, I think at Peterborough as well. So he's got that pedigree, but it's always been consistency that's been the problem with Jamie Walker. But his technical ability is there to see when he's on it, and his passion for the football club as well. You can't doubt that. Injuries are a concern, but I think he got injured in that 6-month period from when he came on loan from Hearts. I think he got injured then. I can't remember if that were a contact injury or not. I think he got a couple of injuries last season, and he's had a couple of injuries this season. Now the injuries this season have been contact injuries. I can't remember which the other ones were, but when it's contact, I think it's very harsh to label a player as injury prone if they're contact injuries. If it's non-contact and it's muscular, then I'd have my concerns. But it's about managing Jamie Walker. The one thing I would say about him is when he gets to around the 60-70 minute mark, especially sort of 70-80s, as the game goes on, he looks to tire. He looks because he puts so much into the game that he does get tired a bit. And if you get better options off the bench, if you can, if Patterson coming back next season, manage those two players well, and you'll be successful. But it's about managing them. And Graham Alexander, can he manage those players, those injury-prone players? We've seen, especially first couple of months, reluctant to make subs. Recently he has, so that's something that we've got to do. But Graham Alexander did say, I am really looking forward to working with Jamie again. I am sure he will strive to continue where he left off last season. It was so frustrating not having him available for such a significant period, but when he was fit, I really enjoyed seeing what he brought to our team. He understands what we are trying to create, and I'm sure he will continue to work hard to play a significant part in our plans. And that's what Graham said, and yeah, so I'm glad he's here for another season. There's a lot of options in his area currently at the football club. The video I recorded it, but it wasn't in sync, and that's why I'm doing it on a new camera, just to see if the syncing's better. So I'll have a look at that at the end. But that's the reason. The video probably won't out, because it would have been out now, potentially, and it were basically players who need to leave Bradford City. And there's a few players in those attacking areas that I've said need to leave, and you'll see that video at some point. But that's a big part. There's loads of options there, and there's players who can come into a football club as well, really good technical players in that 10 sort of position, who I'd like to see at Bradford City. And Jamie Walker would be the first choice, but he's got to get consistent next season. I think that's the thing. If he can hit consistency, very exciting player and a key player for Bradford City, but we haven't seen that enough. So what are your thoughts on Jamie Walker? In the comments down below, let me know. But I'll just have a quick read. I like to do this when the club have signed someone or we've extended a contract. I like to just read what the comments are in the Twitter. It's obviously called X, but I don't call it that. So let's have a read of them. I haven't read of them yet. So I'll read your names as well, because you might be watching and you might go, I'm just being read on the TV. Chris Hilton, great news, far better team with him in it, definitely. S Phil, have you got a first name, or is Phil your first name? I don't know. You do follow me though. He's got a soft spot for Dorking Wanderers and Hills Hill United, as S Phil. Anyway, he put, hope we can get a full season with Jamie fit. He has some goals in him. Him and Pato together would be interesting. They would. Stuart B, good news. Just make sure he dresses appropriately before going on holiday. It looks like he's dressed all bandaged up. Jacob, yes. Jamie Walker, do. That's from BCFC edits. Do. There's a lot of do's and there's a lot of yeses. So very happy people. Doing a medical at Carlisle. That's from Bailey BCFC #RupOut. That's brilliant, because that is what we've seen all week. Jamie Walker's having a medical at Carlisle. One guy actually put, I've just remembered it. Let's have a look at this. Let's call this guy out, sit him on his bottom, and make him cry now because he's got it wrong. Let's never ever listen to this guy who I'm trying to find his name. What was it? Luke Marsden. It was Luke Marsden. Right. Let's all have a laugh at Luke Marsden. Oh, here he is. Here Jamie Walker is travelling to Carlisle on Tuesday for a medical. The 30-year-old was reportedly reluctant to agree terms with Bradford, with no pay increase, and Carlisle swooped in with a 3-year contract for the former Hearts man. Going for a medical Tuesday. Tuesday he signed a new contract for Bradford City. These idiots do not have a bloody clue what they're on about, and yet I make videos on them. But wow, that just goes to show, don't listen to these idiots, these morons, who have nothing to do with their lives. Sit watching Sky Sports News and Lorraine in the morning to fill the times, and whilst they're doing that, they get the notebooks out and they just, no they don't, sorry. They spin this wheel that they've made with a load of player names on it. Well, no, they probably have about 5 different wheels. They probably have a wheel for clubs, a wheel for player names, a wheel for positions, and then a wheel for the next club that they should go to as well. And they'll just spin that all day, write them down, and then pick the best ones with the best fan bases, and then just put it all over Twitter. That's what they spend all their lives doing. And in between, they have pot noodles for breakfast, dinner, and for tea. And I'm trying to think of drinks, but you know, what's a boring drink? Water. Water's boring, but in the summer, if you don't drink it, you could have a stroke. If you drink it in the winter, you'll get too cold. Hypothermia. There's just a load of videos, and I can't really tell you what the videos are because, you know, I just sound like a bit of an idiot talking about what people are doing in a video. Yeah, a load of videos. I can't talk about the videos. I can't tell you what's going on in them because that one, it's just a baby dancing in a car. It's like, whoa, what's going on? So yeah, and then I can't refresh anymore. So that's your lot for everyone's happy. That's all you need to know. Everyone's happy. Well, summer's here. So that's basically the first bit of transfer news from the football club we've got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on Jamie Walker triggering his contract for 24-25 season. Let me know your thoughts on Jamie Walker as a career as a whole. Do you think he can hit consistency? What do you think Jamie Walker's target should be next season in terms of goals, assists? How many games do you think he'll start next season? Obviously more competition in his area next season. And do you think he'll pick up any injuries? Do you think he'll be injury free? Let me know your thoughts on Jamie Walker and today's video in the comments down below. Like the video if you go on to do so, and subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 450 subscribers. All the support is massively appreciated. I never actually say this, but since I plugged it earlier, there's some videos up here of my last few. If you want to go and watch them, you can. Grab a cup of tea, a few digestives, bourbons, hobnobs. Let me know your favourite biscuits in the comments down below. I'm waffling. Have a good one.